Chapter 6, Content Mastery. Um, so, what do I believe is the greatest influence on purchasing behavior and things that I regularly buy? So, the social and emotional factors are very important. Looking at the social ladder, um, peer recommendations. So the people around me, if they want to recommend this product, I'm gonna believe them. If they're around me, that's someone that I'm going to trust. If they're recommending me a product to buy online or whatever, then I'm probably gonna listen to them and I'm gonna be like, oh, that actually does sound like a good product to have. Online reviews, I don't really use that one as much, but it's definitely something that I do look at. If I look at the reviews and everyone's saying that it's a 5-star product, but then I'm looking through them a little deeper and seeing that they're bots or people that are just making fake reviews, then I'm not going to trust the product as much, and I'm definitely not going to buy it. So that kind of also ties in with looking at the company, looking at their social behavior. If they're making fake reviews on their product, then that means that what else are they faking? So then I don't want to purchase from someone that's making that many lies. That's just a personal preference, obviously. Um, the personal values also within the company, I look at that a lot. If I don't agree with how a company is working or where they get their work from, I probably won't buy from it. Obviously, it's sometimes harder to because a lot of these companies outsource into these poorer areas or whatever. So it's kind of hard to, look at it and be like, oh, I can't buy from this company because sometimes their products are so reasonably priced and that's all I can afford at the time. Um, Different things of that sort. I like to purchase products that are in my price range. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy something that is so out of price range that I'm burning money away. Um, so definitely a great influence on what I regularly buy is the price, if it's useful. I don't usually purchase products that I don't need. If it's convenient, so if it's close by, then I probably will buy it. Like if it's in a Target that's next door, I probably will go and buy it just because it is so convenient to get. But if it's like across town and I realize that I don't necessarily need it or it's not as important, then I will definitely wait to purchase the product and wait till I'm going to go down to that area to purchase a lot of products at once. Um, so I'm going to use an example now, um, what this influence is and where it comes from. So, there's a lot of things that it can come from. Um, Looking at, either reports in the news about this company, seeing how these people are responding, that can definitely help um, me get swayed towards a decision. Obviously, like McDonald's, they've had lawsuits, but it's still a company that I like. It's hard sometimes because people don't agree with all the things that they do, but I just like their food. I find it's affordable and it's definitely something that reminds me of like my childhood. So it's not like it's going to go away from me. It's something that I grew up on. So it's just something that I've always had. So I'm going to go out of my way and spend my money on it if I'm going to go get fast food. Um, it's very influential on my decision making. So, like the influence that I receive from companies is very influential on the decision making because if they send out coupons, I'm definitely going to want to go and get their product. It's a big thing. Like my mom, she gets Kohl's Cash or she gets coupons from Kohl's, and she only shops there maybe 3 times a year. But they'll send her a coupon, and then she'll be shopping there that next day. Like she's trying to get her money's worth out of these coupons, and they definitely do that on purpose because they know that she's not a regular customer. They know that they don't get a lot of frequent customers, but by sending out these coupons, they can influence people to, keep appearing at their store and keep spending money there. So that's definitely influential for a lot of people. Um, and then, so some of the other elements like social, psychological, and situational influences play a role. So the social is like family, friends, social media, different things of that sort. So definitely one of those social ones for me is like my mom with Kohl's. She'll ask me and my sister, do you want to go to Kohl's with me? Do you want to spend your money there? Do you want to buy something? Do you want to just come with me to see what is there? And then we can influence her into purchasing something for us, even though we don't necessarily need it. Um, so definitely it can provide that validation that we need, especially if it's like a clothing item. If we're like, oh, I don't really know how this sweatshirt looks, and she's like, wow, it looks really great on you, then we're gonna want to buy it, obviously. So it's definitely a lot of influence from her or people around you if they think something is nice or whatever of that sort. Psychological, so the attitude, motivation, perception. So depending on how a brand is interpreted. Once again, with like Kohl's, they're perceived as this like run of the mill type of clothing store kind of. They definitely have more of an attitude towards like middle-aged moms. That's how I see it. Whenever I see a Kohl's commercial, I'm gonna be like, wow, my mom's gonna like that. And it definitely makes me want to, or it makes me personally actually want to talk to my mom about it and be like, oh, did you see this Kohl's commercial? I think you would find it funny, or I think you would like it. And then that's obviously going to want her to go to the store and see what it's all about. That's kind of like the psychological way. They get people to think of a certain person or make you think of a certain person for their brand and then go talk to them, and then that obviously spreads. And then the situational factors, time, environment, mood. So time is very important. By having those coupons, they can influence you to go to the store immediately because it's so situational. If you're running out of time, then you're going to need to get there before you run out of it so you can actually get the deal that you want.